You know, we're in an election year. You know that because you watch all this rhetoric all over the television, these commercials and whatever, have you. You see this stuff. Unfortunately, we see it. And they want to blame Trump or whoever for federal government just bowing out of any decisions being made for Roe versus Wade, the abortion. And you have women out there, women, and I use that term very, very loosely. Can't imagine any woman wanting to kill a baby, but there's some sick people out there. Anyhow, it's a state's issue now. And the thing that always gets me, and you've heard me say it before, they want to sit there and tell us how it's their body. Their body. And they can do with what they want with their body. They want to sit there and tell you that the baby has no rights. The baby belongs to them. So on and so forth. Well, may God have mercy on your soul. Because that baby doesn't belong to you. You're just a caretaker. That baby belongs to God. Formed in God's divine intervention. And on top of that, your body doesn't belong to you. God gave you free will, but that doesn't mean your body belongs to you. He gave you a right to make choices. But wrong is still wrong. You see, Jesus died on the cross, and He paid for you. He paid for you in full. He owns you with His blood. He owns all of us. We're not. They don't have the right to just go and do as we damn well please. He gave you free will. But there again, that's a test. You can't go out and kill babies. You can't just run around killing people. Can't run around being a Satanist, and there's a whole bunch of other things you just can't run around doing, but He gave you free will. Use it wisely, folks. Very wise. But like I was saying, the government has two standards. They always have. And really they have no standards at all. There's always a loophole to something. Why? Because they're men. Made up of men. Governments are made up of men. The laws are made by men. I mean, it's all screwed up. I mean, if you think you can just murder a baby, you're wrong. You can't. I don't care what a court says. Court is not God. And I don't know what's wrong in your head for even entertaining the thought of doing such. There's got to be something wrong with you. Some of you that have done that were young and naive and stupid, and look back at your life and that was the worst, most sad thing you ever did in your life. And you're sorry and you've repented. And God goes, I forgive you. Yeah, God forgave you. God forgave those people that crucified God on the cross. He forgave them. But he held them accountable. But he forgave them. That's if they repented and they were sorry for what they did. See, we don't deserve much on this planet. Not much at all. Not anything good anyways. Most of us have other kinds of thoughts and deceitfulness and all kinds of evil things we conjure up. God doesn't have a place for that. He has no place for things of such. That's why you will not be allowed into heaven. So if you want to get into heaven, well, you got to straighten up. And killing a bunch of innocent people with a bunch of bombs, with you in your name, this government does these things. Pretty unreal, isn't it? In your name, you go out and kill Obama in his stupid book. I hope nobody bought it, but you always have a few. He said he was awful good at killing people. That's something to be very proud of, isn't it? Be very proud of killing people. You talk about a piece of shit. That's the last thing you want to do. I mean, you know, there's times in your life that you don't have a choice. And that's a little different. You always have a choice, but when it comes to saving your own life or protecting it, or your loved one or friends or something like that, that's different. And God accounts for that. He knows your heart. He knows you didn't want to do that, but somebody made you do it. They didn't leave you a choice. When it comes to abortion, you have a choice. Bunch of evil, wicked I don't even know why he even allows us to exist. He's got a lot of people that sit on the sidelines and they don't agree with it, but they don't say nothing either. It's enough to make you just sick. You see these beautiful little kids, just awesome, total innocence, full of love and kindness and everything else, full of life. And you can kill that? Really? Man, there's something fucking seriously wrong with you. I mean, it's like looking at anything. I don't care if it's a puppy or a kitten or a little koala bear or panda or what. Little babies are just cute and they're funny and they're awesome. And you appreciate it for what it is. Pure innocence. And why God would allow you to do that? Well, He gave you free will. But He ain't gonna hold it. You better repent. You better change your mind. You better change your thought process. You better change everything. Because you ain't gonna like where you go. That's really all I've got to say. It could get a lot worse, but probably time I just kind of mosey on down the road because I get no respect for people like that. None. None whatsoever. You know, people like Bill Gates, and I don't know, if he's such a great guy, you would think you'd have a large percentage of his charity going to orphanages and places like that that help take care of children. You'd think you'd have a legal fund thing set up to where people that really wanted to adopt a child could go out and adopt a child. You'd have this stuff set up. Maybe he does, and if he does, God bless him. The family is the most important thing in this country, most important thing in your life. And some people have a good family. Some people have good families and just shit for... Sometimes you get a piece of shit in there too. And they kind of screw things up for everybody. Because they're selfish. They're just evil. So folks, you take care.